What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to tutorial 7. So guys, in this tutorial I'll be going to cover one more use case which is more or less similar to the last tutorial, means the tutorial 6. In that tutorial we have actually read multiple CSV file from one single directory, and after that we read those CSV file and append everything together so that there should be only one file at the end. So in this tutorial it is going to be a bit different. So we'll be going to tackle one kind of one different scenario, but more or less it is actually similar. So it is actually kind of multiple CSV files, reading multiple CSV file from multiple directories, and all those directories should be placed in a single directory. So there will be main directory one, and inside the main directory or main folder there will be multiple subfolders, and each subfolder will contain multiple CSV files. So our job is to read multiple CSV files, and after that we need to combine the content and we should create a single file. So a directory contains 81 subdirectories, and each subdirectory contains, okay, there is a spelling mistake, I always do that, so let me just remove this. Contains multiple CSV files. Goal is to read all CSV file from subdirectory and write all files data to a single file. So this is the actual objective, and we'll be going to use glob module. So let me just make this thing a bit bigger. So see, this is a main folder or main directory. This will contain multiple subfolders, and each subfolder will be containing multiple CSV file, and our goal is to read this all CSV file and to combine it in a single file. So I can show you guys. If you see here, I have a directory. This is a main directory on main folder data, and inside that main directory I'll be having multiple folders or multiple subdirectories, and each subdirectories are going to have the CSV files. So our job is to first read from this directory how many subdirectories are there, and after reading all subdirectories we have to iterate through their contents. Right, their contents means the CSV file inside this subdirectory. So this is the ultimate objective. Okay, so let me just minimize this thing. So we'll be going to use glob, and this is the prerequisite. Okay, and we'll be going to tackle 3 different ways. Full use case using for loop only. Second is for loop and multi-threading, and the last one is for loop and multi-processing. Okay, so we'll be going to do it one by one. So without wasting further time, let me just open my IDE. Okay, so let's start writing the code. So first thing first, we'll be going to read from this directory, as I told you. So this is our main directory, and inside the main directory we'll be having multiple subdirectories. So this is our objective. Okay, so let me just start writing the code. So before we write the code, we already have we have seen that there are some prerequisite. Okay, so what are the prerequisite? Definitely we need glob module. Okay, what happened? Import glob. We need OS. What happened? Why my IntelliSense is not working? Something it happens. We need IO for reading file. Okay, and also we need time. What time? Okay, so let's start writing our code. So first thing, we'll create a variable with the start time, just to check whether we are gaining some sort of optimization throughout the program life cycle. So because first of all we'll be going to write the code using normal for loop, then threading, multi-threading, then multiprocessing. So for that reason we need this thing. So this is actually performance counter, like initially when the program starts, and after that next thing we'll be going to see the user current directory. So it will be cd equals to os.get current working directory. Okay, and after that we'll see how many directories are there. So what I'll do, let me just do it very slowly, then you'll be able to understand. Okay, so cd, so it will print my current directory. See, it is printing my current directory, means this one. So inside that directory I want to find is there any more directories available or not. For that, so it will be dirs. Okay, and after that we'll be going to search for cd. No, it's not going to be cd, it will be glob dot glob, and inside that we'll be going to find this data. Okay, so this will be cd, then plus, then like this. Okay, and then this, then data is our actual directory. Okay, and we will write like this, and let's see, we find something. So we'll print this thing, that we'll be able to understand what path is actually there. So we find this thing. Okay, so if you do like this, then also it will find, so it will find any directory, so it will find this directory. Right now our job is to read all this thing, like how many directories are there, we need to list down that thing. So for that thing, what we have to do, we have to write something star and again this thing. So inside that, how many directories are there? See, I got Nainital, something Rishikesh. So see, all directories are there actually. See, all different directories came, and if you check the length actually, so sorry, so let me just length, so it should be 81, and you can easily check that if I go to here, and if we go to properties, and it is not coming here. Let me just right click, got info, what happened, go info, there is something called info, I'm just trying to see that, info, resource, everyday folder. Okay, so we can do it from the explorer. So this is our folder, this is this directory automation, and inside that I have a data, and let me just got info. So if you see here, it is not showing actually. How many directories are there, more info, name extension, but we can see it somewhere. Actually I forgot how to do that, just give me some time. Maybe I'm not sure, I'm doing something wrong, maybe general 20 MB 7 4. Okay, actually it is showing the whole thing, like how many folders are there inside that, and inside that how many items are there. Actually it is showing all the files together, so all everything having some files, so it is actually giving that information. But as a whole there are total 81 directories are there. I can't show it now, but okay, let's give one more try. Let me, it's fine, but you guys can trust on my word that there are 81 files are there. Okay, so now our main job is done, we got our directories. Okay, so we read from this data, and after that we read from we read from this main directory, and after that we have actually listed all the subdirectories here. Okay, so now our job is to read like one by one from this subdirectory. So for that, actually what I'll do, I'll just try to create one function. Okay, so let me just write this thing. So def read underscore file, and we'll write dir will be one argument or parameter, and we'll write files. So files will be like every directory element will be coming here. So for that thing we have to pass every directory as a single thing. So for that, what I'll do, I will write here actually for I in range length of dirs. Okay, right, maybe you can like this, just to make you guys feel comfortable. Okay, and after that we'll call this function read underscore file, and it should be this like if you print read, so all directories will be printed here, and if I give dir size, the first element will be there. So one by one I have to call this dir size, so this is fine, and after that dir means dir. So after that we need to iterate through every element. So what will happen, glob dot glob, so it will be like dir then plus I only want to read from this the CSV file, so it will be anything, but it should be end with .csv, so it should be like this. Okay, then after that for file in files, okay, and after that we need to read actually with io dot open. Okay, it should be we need to read this file actually and it should be open in read mode, right? And encoding let me write encoding should be UTF-8, and we'll make it like F1. Okay, then we'll read data equals to F1 dot read, fine. And after that we are actually going to split this thing because we don't need the header actually, so it will be data dot split with new line character, so it should be like this. And after that we are not going to consider the first thing, so it should start from 1, means the second line. First means it will start always the 0 index, so it will be always 1 means 2, second line. Okay, and after that what will happen, we will join everything again, like this is a list. Now you have to create kind of a string, so it should be we'll be joining using new line character, and after that we'll join this thing, and after that we'll be going to just create a kind of a list comprehension. So row in row, it will be for row in data. Okay, so same thing for row in data, and I'll be going to append this thing, and after that I'll be going to read this thing, so it should be io dot open. Okay, so it should be output dot csv, it will be open in append mode. The encoding should be let me write encoding. Okay, so encoding should be UTF-8 and is F2. Okay, and after that we'll just going to write this thing F2 dot write, and it should be data 1. Okay, and after that we'll just close this thing, F2 dot close. So whenever I will read a new file, I'll append the file content. I'll append the file content, I will write this thing, just a simple thing. Okay, and one by one I have to do the same thing. So once this is done, I will come outside and I will just close this thing, this F1 dot close. Okay, so every time I'll read a new file, I'll close, again I'll go, and this loop will run forever. Forever means until and unless we are reaching to the length of this thing. Okay, so let me just keep it here, and here after that what we'll do, I'll just create something. Once this is done, we'll like end equals to time dot performance counter, right? And after that we'll just print this thing. It will be kind of f string time taken, so it should be, last time we did all these things, so I'm not gonna like do this thing again. It should be round, and after that we'll be going to end minus start. Okay, and we're just going to be take 2 decimal, and after that like this, and after that we'll put some seconds. Okay, so let's run this thing. Hopefully we guys will get some answer. So there will be no file, so it should be there will be one more file here. It will be listed with output.csv name. Okay, so we'll see it now. So let's run this thing. Okay, so I have done some mistake. So here actually I always do some typo. Okay, so let's run this thing. So it's working, so it will take some time. So row nd is not defined, so it will be round. So again I did some mistake. So but probably everything is created. Okay, it is not created, but okay, I can see it now. Okay, I have to refresh outside. So see, I got one output.csv, but I actually got error while creating this thing, the timing. So let's run this thing again. So hopefully done. So it is taking 2.66 seconds actually it is taking. So let me refresh this thing. Okay, and if you see here, it is created. Let me open the content, file contents. Okay, so I have no extension in Eclipse, so what I'll do, I'll just try to, okay, but again still it is opened here, strange. So let me just check. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So 105623, just remember this line. So probably we'll be going to use these things later on. So what I'll do now, I'll just Control A, Control C, and I will put this thing here. Okay, so this is the code using for loop only. Now I'll be going to use full use case using for loop and multi-threading. So I'll be going to use multi-threading. So while doing multi-threading, I don't need this thing, so I will put add comment block. Okay, and I will write something here that only used when threading or multi-processing is not required. So if I'm not using this thing, then how are we going to pass this thing, like this parameter? So for that thing, there is something called this thing. I believe you guys remember. So we have something called concurrent futures. We have did this thing last time. So there is a Python module, so you can use that. So it should be again, let me just import. It will be concurrent dot futures, right? So now we will write this line from here with concurrent futures, right? Dot, what happened? Dot, it will be like process pool executor. I'm not sure why this is not coming, maybe. Okay, we're going to deal with thread pool executor. So it should be thread pool executor. Okay, as, let me write something executor. Okay, like this. What is saying this? Okay, it is fine. And after that, maybe we can just need one variable name. That's it. We're not going to do anything with this variable. So it should be executor dot map, and in the map we'll be going to pass this function name. Okay, read underscore file, and we are not going to give this brackets like circular bracket and braces or this thing. Rather than we'll just pass this thing, this list as a map in the map. So it means every element will be every time this element every time whenever this function is getting called, it will take one element from here. Okay, so this is how it is. So let me try to run this thing. So here I will change the name to multithreading.csv. so let's run this thing. Okay, so it is going. So see, in the multi-threading we are actually it is taking a bit more time, 3 seconds. Okay, so this is not good improvisation. Okay, so I will use only when multi threading is required. Okay, so let me just copy this thing. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll just paste this thing here, and I will just keep this thing at comment block here. Sorry, I did some mistake. So okay, add a comment block. Okay, and next thing I will do, I will try to run this thing with processing. So it will be multi-processing. So it will be process pool executor, and here I will write multi-process. So before I go to the multiprocessing, let me just verify whether multi-threading is generating the right data or not. So let me close this thing. So probably it should open. Yes, it is opening. Let me check the row count. So it was 105623, something like that. So yes, 105623, perfectly okay. So multi-threading is also doing perfectly, but we just 0.04 second is different actually. So let me just run this thing using multi-processing. So let's see how it is actually going to work. So multiprocessing.csv will be generated. So let me run this thing. So it is running. So it is done. So multi-processing actually gained 0.6 almost 0.8 second. So multi-threading is actually taking 0.4 second extra from normal for loop, and if I use multi-processing, it is actually decreased the time by 0.8 seconds. If you see, like, we are just only doing this operation only on 81 directories. So if your directory count is in thousand or millions, or maybe big data pipelines, you are working on that, and if you achieve this 0.8 second for 81, and if you are dealing with millions, then probably you can understand like how much improvement you can actually achieve. So that is why it is always advisable to do some sort of hit and trial before you develop your data streaming engine and something similar to that. So whenever you'll be going to work in future, and as well as definitely you guys will get to know. So in the industry or company, they generally do lots of R&D research, or do some sort of optimization, hits and trial, to develop or reach the actual effective timing or performance for any sort of application or stream engine or data pooling mechanism or whatever. So this is always advisable to know all these things. So that is why I'm actually covering all use cases with multi-threading, multi-processing, and normal for looping. So hope this actually give you guys some sort of understanding. So let me just write this thing. Use only when multi-processing is required. Okay, so let me refresh this thing now. Okay, so this is multi-processing. Let me open this thing. Let me okay. It is going. Maybe I can just, okay, what happened? So 105623, so perfectly okay. Multi-processing also process the same data in 1.86 second. Okay, so that's it. So just give me some time. Let me just copy this thing here actually. So it will be multi-threading. So probably I should not use this thing actually. So use this thing. I also should not use this thing. So now and I will remove this part. Okay, probably now this is fine. So this is only this. Okay, so no, it doesn't look good actually. Okay, let me just remove this thing and let me take a screenshot of this thing from here, then it will be helpful. Okay, so but I don't think let me just first take this thing here. Okay, or maybe I think I should not do this thing because this is actually not good practice. So maybe I just take a screenshot of this thing. Okay, so let me just take a screenshot of this thing. Okay, so that's it. Probably I will just put this thing here. Okay, so that's it guys. We'll see you in the next tutorial, but till then just try to do some sort of practice, try to come up with some more use cases if you are having already in your mind, or else I will try to cover some more use cases in the next tutorial. And meanwhile, if you are having any suggestion, question or any doubt, please feel free to write me. I'll always there to help you. So once again, thanks for your support and thanks for subscribing to this course, and actually this is helping me a lot. So once again, I will like all of you to do some sort of like feedback or provide some sort of feedback how you guys are finding this course, whether you guys are facing any difficulties to understand or everything is all right, or if you want me to improve some other things or cover other things, feel free to write me. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Till then, take care, goodbye and have a nice day.